here because this church has Cliff Boje as their music director, and Cliff Boje harasses women at Planned Parenthood multiple days per week.
And what church is this?
This is Cornerstone Community Church. It meets inside the Thompson Barn in Lenexa, Kansas. It's off of Lackman Road and Santa Fe Trail, just west of I-35.
So why are we protesting Clifton at his church?
Because his church is where he works, and because we're doing the same thing to him that he does to patients, although we're more violent.
And patients where? Where? What patients?
Patients at Planned Parenthood.
And what's Clifton do to patients?
Clifton preaches at them, he yells at them, he tells them not to murder their babies, and that Jesus is king, and all this sort of thing that no one really needs to hear when they're going to get a pap smear or whatever. It's not as if he knows what every woman is doing there for, and it's none of his business.
And you've done this before?
Yes, I have.
Where have you done this before?
At Kevin Meyer's church, which is in Kansas City, Kansas.
What would you like to tell Clifton?
That when he stops bothering patients, we'll stop bothering him.
That's hate. When you go up screaming at people and yelling at people,
are you loving me by saying I'm
them.
full of shit? Are you loving me
Absolutely,
by saying that?
I'm telling you it's love. Of course it is. It's love. I love you. I don't want you going to this crazy piece of shit church.
You really are loving me.
Yes, you're in a hateful place. You shouldn't be here. Same thing that Clifton does to the women at Planned Parenthood and the men at Planned Parenthood.
God is
They don't
love.
like it. They don't like it. He doesn't like it when they go to a place that's doing health services. He doesn't like it.
You know, I don't agree with everything
like
Clifton
it.
does. You seek God. You seek Christ.
Well, you seek Clifton's help. You're out here with him when he's doing his singing and his preaching. He's part of your church. You support him. You love his shit.
I don't support everything he does necessarily, but he
Good, then
loves
tell him
Jesus.
not to.
Then tell him not to do
As soon as he stops harassing women, we'll stop coming out here.
Well, no, I'm not protesting. So I was actually, I've already talked to actual people that are in charge.
Oh, I really appreciate you allowing us on the property. I appreciate that.
But the cops came and said you guys have to be on that side.
Protesters have to be there.
Everyone that we don't want there.
No, we actually aren't allowed in there. I know we aren't allowed in there. I've already talked to people also, the people in charge. How's it going? Brian, we're just checking out the buildings.
It's just for, what's it called, for renters right now. We can't have, like, visitors.
Okay.
The cops are the ones who said it. I'm just saying, they said
I understand that you showed them a city ordinance document. Can we see that?
We were just curious.
I didn't show a city ordinance document. I just showed them an email that I got from my manager, or my boss, so I don't have the ordinance.
so. If one of the guys, the elders, they'll call the cops.
Okay, well, I also wasn't here for that, so.
Oh, I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you.
Okay, well, again, did you want to comment on the fact of you have people here protesting you at the church you attend?
You guys know you actually can't be on here. They called the cops again.
Well, I was trying to interview one of the churchgoers. Apparently, they decided to call the cops. Looks like nothing illegal is being done here.
No, we're pressed. We can be in here.
No, you can't.
We've already cleared it. We're both the police and the city. Disturb them. Okay.
Can
This is the Thompson Barn.
I ask your name?
I'm Ashley Sherrard.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate you. I'm Brian, Kansas City Clarity.
I'm Michael, Master Productions.
Hi.
Pleasure.
Yeah, no, feel free. Wander around. This is the Chamber of Commerce offices now, and then that's open all day.
They called the cops.
Yeah.
You can be on the property that we're renting.
Yeah. We can't, cause it's all public property.
You're not renting this part of the property.
What we're not allowed to do is we can't be inside the sanctuary.
Or on the patio. Can't be on the patio.
That's
I wasn't told
that's
that.
debatable for us. But
But that's what.
But again, so do you have a comment on being protested at your church?
A comment. What's the purpose of your footage?
The purpose is whatever happens and comes out of it, but that's why I was just giving you a general question,
Sure.
and you know.
So what's your question? Just what do I think about it?
Yeah, how do you feel about being protested at your church?
It tells me that they're being affected, and that I know that God uses all things to accomplish His will. So I'm actually, I don't think I have a problem with it. I think it's actually, the people that do that are actually playing right in the hands of God's will to expose evil by showing that it bothers them. And the whole point of it is for people to repent and turn to God. It's not. Yeah. So that's the.
Nobody thinks they're the evil one, though, Cliff.
Sorry?
I said nobody thinks they're the evil one. You know, nobody thinks they're the one doing the wrong thing, right? So.
Yeah, but if you have the standard of truth telling you what's right and wrong, then you can know whether you're doing it or not.
No one agrees with the same standard, though, is I think what he's saying.
That doesn't change the standard. Just because I don't agree with it, or I don't agree with it, or I agree with it.
But
What you believe doesn't make things reality.
But it's what you believe that is making you choose the standard you're going by. I'm not attacking. I'm just.
Say again. Sorry.
Your belief is part of what's making you choose what standards you live by, what you believe to be true. So the same goes for them. They have certain beliefs and ideas that make their standard of what is to be true. So what makes yours the ultimate truth?
Because the Bible is the Word of God, and that's the ultimate standard by which everything else is judged.
I'm not going to come up here if it's going to get us in trouble or if it's going to cause anybody duress. You know, it's like I said, we're not protesters. I'm not a protester.
I didn't
He's
know
not a
there was a
protester.
distinction between the two.
Yeah, you can't keep press off of public property. It's a First Amendment protected activity. You should be careful with your signs, though. You can't have protesters or protesting material
What do you mean?
on the property.
Who said?
The cops.
We showed up. They came up to us and asked us, why we're here. My response was, no, actually, we're just out here expressing our First Amendment rights, peaceful protest, and I have no idea why you're here. They explained to us that even though it is city property, that we're not allowed to be on city property protesting. We can protest in the right-of-way, across where the street is, out by the sidewalk. We can protest in the city park, in other pieces of city property. Which means that if you want to protest at the courthouse, you better be careful because you're not allowed to protest there either if you're on this actual courthouse property. Kind of an ordinance to me, but I guess First Amendment doesn't always matter in every jurisdiction.
I'm not protesting.
Technically, your signs.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
There's a reason. There's a reason why I wear this. Why I wear this. It's to
Yeah, but
differentiate
I
from.
get to be there. It's my church.
But this
right.
property
So you-
is not your church. Is what he's saying.
It's the city's property. It's not yours.
If you had those covered, took them inside, you could display them in the area you're renting, which is what we were also told we are not allowed to be in, which is why we aren't going in there. But you are holding this up for what reason?
Yeah, you have those displayed for a reason. Most likely to get caught by our
I'm
video.
going inside.
You know, I
I'm
mean,
going inside, though.
it's the same reason why we tend to go
No,
places.
but I can use this because this is the church here.
They can't. No, you're not renting the parking lot. Though is what I'm saying. You're not renting. If someone comes here, they're gonna see your signs. That's protesting on the line.
You can go ahead.
Well, there we go. We both warned each other.
No, I'm going inside.
But you don't have them covered. You're displaying them
Well,
in
he's
public.
he's
Is what
holding
I'm
them up so
saying.
you can't see 'em.
Now,
Wait,
now.
Ryan, come on, man. Spirit of the law. What's the spirit of the law?
Spirit of the law. I would say that if you see a sign and people read the sign, then that counts as you getting your message out, which is protesting.
If I'm carrying them inside.
You're carrying them inside now, where we can't read them except if we had a drone.
This is not going to be prosecutable because I'm taking them
Oh.
inside. So
None of it can be prosecuted. You can't trespass people from public. I'm not going to come up here if it's going to get us in trouble or if it's going to cause anybody duress. You know, it's like I said, we're not protesters. I'm not a
yeah,
protester.
I didn't
He's
know
not
there was a
protester.
distinction between the two.
Yeah, you can't keep press off of public property. It's a First Amendment protected activity.